Hello and welcome to the Vector Garden YouTube channel. My name is Monika, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a festive typographic holiday greeting. So let's start with the text object, which is this one, and it's still editable. Let's first make this fully editable. And of course, to have it festive, we want to apply a gradient. In Illustrator, you can have gradients in the swatches libraries. So you go to Window and then Swatches, and down here on the left are the swatches libraries. I've already opened it. It's the Metals Gradients one. So select the text object and apply a gradient. And I'm going to take this bronze one, and you see it doesn't appear because in live text objects Illustrator can't work with gradients. So in order to work around this, what we need to do is use the appearance panel. And what you need to do is, let's make this slightly larger, you create a new fill, and then to this fill you apply the gradient, and that's it. So this still has some issues because on the fringes of it you sometimes see the black showing through. That is because the black is still there. So in the appearance panel we have the fill with the gradient, and inside we have the characters. And when I do a double click on that, then you see we have that gradient fill in here which doesn't show, and in fact it's still black. So it's still inside, it's below the gradient, and sometimes it shows through. So the best method would be to set this to none. And then let's double click on here, then you just have that gradient and nothing in there, and then you don't have the black fringes of this. So this is the way to make this and have it still editable. So I can still select it and change the typeface or type different text in this. So let's try this out. What would we do if we convert this to paths? What will happen with the text then? So I'm going to make a duplicate of it. So I'm just pressing the Alt key and making the duplicate, and I'm going to delete that fill, and then we have those characters. And in order to outline this text, you go to Type and then Create Outlines. And when you have done that, you can also apply a gradient. So let's go to the swatches again. There is the gradient, and then we can apply it. But as you can see, this looks differently. We have the gradient a few times. We have the gradient over each of those letters. Why is that? This is happening because when outlining, Illustrator outlines each single letter, and then it groups them, which we can see in the Layers panel. So in the Layers panel we have this outlined text, which is now a group, and in it there are several compound paths. So let's go into preview again. In order to solve this, of course, what we can do is take the Pathfinder panel and click on the first one, and then we have made one path out of it. And again, it's a compound path because it has some holes in it, there and there. So let's try this out with a second text object. Let's take this one here, and let's do it again. So type, create outlines, and then apply the gradient. And again, it has all these gradients over each of the letters, and we have now of course learned that you can solve this with Pathfinder Unite. But we see there are still two gradients in it, and that happens because the letters in this text aren't all connected. In this one they are all connected, and then Illustrator unites all of them. But that doesn't happen here. Let's take a look at it in the Layers panel, and there we have a group, and inside we have a compound path and a path. Illustrator doesn't automatically create one object, one path out of it. It just makes a group. So what we need to do in order to get a gradient over all of them, we need to make a compound path out of it. So what we can do to solve that is ungroup that, have these two, and then not use the Unite Pathfinder again, but go to Object, and then Compound Path Make, or use the shortcut. And then you see we have here one gradient over all of them. And you see now we have a compound path. So now you know how you can apply a gradient on your text object using different methods, either having the text stay editable or converting and outlining the text to paths. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.